Hello everyone, my name is Shreya and I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. I am glad to have this opportunity of interning at Lexis and Company. I am pursuing BLLB honors from Law College Dehradun, Uttaranchal University. I am currently in 7th semester and I am glad to have this opportunity of presenting to you guys with this video because of Lexis and Company. So the purpose and topic for this video will be the will, which is the continuation of my previous video on will. I have explained most of the topics on will in my previous video, and in this video I'll explain the bequeathable third rule in detail, the abatement of legacies, and the distribution of the will in detail. So let's begin. So about the bequeathable third rule first. Under the Muslim law, the will or the wasiya is a divine institution. That is, it is an act made in the name of God. So the Hidayah is the leading authority, is the leading authoritative text on the Muslim will, and it governs the various and it governs the will because it contains those provisions regarding it. And so that document or the will is called as the wasiyatnama, as I've said earlier also. So a will can be oral or in writing, and it must be made by a Muslim who has attained the age of majority, that is 13 years, and who is of sound mind and understanding also. So the one a major restriction which is imposed on the bequest is that it may be made by the testator. So this is the condition regarding the restriction. This was it about the bequeathable rule, that if you have to bequeath your property, you can only give 1/3 of your property, and if you have to bequeath more than 1/3 of your property, you have to have the free and legal consent of your other heirs, that it is okay for them to have the to make the will for their for the whole of the property. And also, if you have to make the will for any other person other than your heir, then also the consent of the heir is to be is also required. So what is the conditions regarding the abatement of legacies? So um, where there is a will is made to the stranger in excess of 1/3, the consent of the testators here is necessary, the bequeathable rule. And if there is only one legatee, if there is only one legatee who has to get more than the legal third, and the more than the legal third, then the testators here do not give their consent for the bequest in access. And then there should be, and in such condition there should be no difficulty, and the legatee would get only 1/3 even though the will is for more. So even if there is only one person who has to receive the will, he will not get more than 1/3 of the property if there are no heir also. So moving on, but if there are several legatees and some of the total of the properties bequeathed to each of them exceeds the legal third, then the share of Such legate is determined by the rules of the abatement of legacies, which under the Sunni and Shia laws are different. And what happens under the Sunni law is the distribution is um, rateable, and whereas in the Shia law the distribution is preferential. That is, if you have to. So yeah, this was the condition regarding the presence of several legatees, that under the Sunni law the distribution will be equal to all the legatees, and under the Shia law it will be preferential, that is, it will depend upon the person making the will. So moving on to the distribution. Yeah, moving on to the distribution of the will. So I have mentioned about it that it will be rateable under the Sunni law, and it will be preferential distribution under the Shia law. It means that under the Sunni law the legacies, that is the wills, that is the wills arbitrability, it will be mm, equal basically. So abatement means to deduct or to make less, that is ratiability means proportionality, it will be in proportion, in equal proportions. And the preferential distribution under the Shia law is that the principle of ratable distribution is not recognized under it, and according to this school, if the sum total of the shares given to different legatees exceeds one third, testator is the testator heirs may refuse to confirm them, and their legacies take effect in order of preference. That is, it will depend to whom you want to give how much property, how much percentage of your property, and hence the preference is determined by the order in which they are mentioned in the will. That is, what is written in the will prevail. So this was the end of the topic will. I hope you guys have understood this video. If you have any question to ask me, I'll share the feedback, and also do not forget to like and share this video. So thank you everyone for watching.